Well, hey guys, this is DK Spencer. So, for those of you who know me, you guys already know these are a couple of 12-gram CO2 less lethal launchers, 68 caliber. For those of you who aren't familiar with this stuff and you just stumble on this channel, especially if you're a firearm guy, because we're looking at a optic that would normally be used on a firearm. Before you start typing in the comment section about how dumb these things are and how you're not a real man if you don't have a firearm, first of all, my channel caters to everything but firearms. So that's kind of the point of my channel. It's, air guns, archery, black powder, anything that's not FFL regulated firearms for home or personal defense. That's what my channel is all about. So that's where you're at to start with. So, secondly, and I've had people, there's like always somebody in the comments in these videos that'll come in, a firearm guy that'll talk trash about how stupid this is. I've even had somebody say, if I use one of these to defend my family and somebody gets me, I deserve to get what I get. Paraphrasing, but yeah, something to that effect. It was pretty crude. So I do want to say something just real quick to the people that have that mentality. First of all, my channel is watched all over the world, and the USA is a small part of the world. We've got pretty doggone good gun laws in the USA, but over the whole world, there's a lot of places that people cannot have firearms. They still deserve the right to be able to protect their family, and this is the best way to do it if they can't have a firearm. I've actually customized and shipped less lethal launchers literally all over the world. I have, again, a lot of people in other countries that watch my channel and participate in my Facebook group and everything. So there you go. You've got an entire world you're not thinking about, first of all. Second of all, even in the United States of America, there are places like DC that you can't even have a firearm, period, even if you're not a felon or whatever. So there are places you could be that you might need something like this and you can't have a firearm. Very good choice. Now, back to felons that I just mentioned. If you are a felon, you're not going to be able to have a firearm. Now, granted, if you're a felon on a state level, depending on the charge, depending on the state, you can petition to get your gun rights back, but there's still going to be a window of time that you can't have any. And you're not guaranteed to get them back, depending on the state you're in, depending on the charge you have, blah, blah, blah. However, if you have a felony that is a federal offense, then you're not eligible to get your firearm rights back in any way other than a presidential pardon. Even though there's a department for that, it's not funded. So, do your research on that and see what I'm talking about. So what that means is that somebody at 18 years old could do something stupid at a post office, stupid enough to be a felony, but not stupid enough to be in prison more than 2 years or whatever. But flash forward to they're 60 years old, and they've lived a full life. They've got kids. They've got grandkids. They've been productive. They've paid taxes. They've not even had a speeding ticket. They still can't own a firearm to protect their family. Is that fair? No, it's not. And hopefully that's going to change soon. I really hope that will change soon. But as it stands right now, that's how it is. So there are people who literally are the most innocent, because you can't just say, well, they just deserve it then. If they're felons, they shouldn't have been doing what they was doing. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody in the entire country could be a felon. Look at the statistics as to how big of a percentage of this country is felons. That's the way that the American government, the half of it that wants to get rid of the Second Amendment, is getting rid of the Second Amendment. If you make everybody a felon and they can't own the gun, then it doesn't matter about the Second Amendment right. So they try to do it one way or the other. But we have a staggering amount of people with felonies in the United States of America that are productive members of society that cannot own a firearm because of their history. And there you go. So there's your reasons. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Speaking of meat and potatoes, it is Thanksgiving. I think I got to go eat a bite real quick. I am looking a little famished. Woo! Okay, so wow, do I feel better. The turkey hit the spot. So again, it is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And that means tomorrow is Black Friday. So Votatu has given me a discount code for you guys, DK Spencer 30, which will give you 30% off the entire site from tomorrow through Cyber Monday. So Black Friday through Cyber Monday, DK Spencer 30. If somehow you don't make it to get anything before that sale's over with, You can always use DK Spencer 15, and I will put all this stuff in the description. But DK Spencer 15 obviously will give you 15% off site-wide anytime. I don't do a lot of product demoing and stuff for companies on my channel, but I was actually thoroughly impressed with the quality of this, so I did let them send me something else. This is a G2LG tactical light with a strobe and a green laser sight. What I really like about this, number one, it's got an excellent beam. It's very, very bright, seems to hold charge very, very well. The strobe is really easy to activate, and it has a strobe. Problem, I like O-lights, but the problem with O-lights, you have to get something that's pretty much this size to get a strobe. The smaller, which they're a little, the compact ones are a little more compact than this, but they don't have strobes. And quite frankly, a strobe is one of the most important things that you can have. And if you're dealing with less lethal stuff, you need every advantage you can get. This has a laser. I could care less about the laser. I would rather have one strobe than a field full of lasers. Lasers can get you in trouble. I'm not going to go into all that, but best advice, learn how to use sights and get something with a strobe. And that's your optimal situation there. So anyway, check out the video I did with this. I did a full video on just this light laser combo with some outside at night comparisons and showing the beam and everything. So make sure to check that out. This is the PDM505, and this is a red dot sight they sent me. So a couple of things about this. Number one, there's a few little things I'll look for when it comes to home defense optics. One of the biggest boxes that I like to check off, and why I use a lot of SIG Romeos on rifle builds, is I like something that is a shake awake or shake awake, or I think I said shake weight. Remember that thing? Ooh. Motion activated. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this is actually motion activated. So that's one of the things when they were talking to me, if I wanted to review anything else, I'm like, well, do you have anything that's motion activated? Dude's like, yeah, I got just the thing. So they sent me this. It's motion activated. It actually has the RMS or RMSC cut mount, or it's got, your standard base. So it's going to come with the base mount on it, but you can take that base off if you want to, use it on a cut mount that has, compatible with an RMS or RMSC. So anyway, let's look at it and then we'll do some more stuff. So obviously it's coming with extra screws and stuff for when you take your base off. So it's got a nice little cover on it. Wow, that looks really nice. So you take those two screws out there, take this base off, take your cut plate off on something that has a cut plate. So I'm going to use it on this first, and then we'll try it on some other stuff in another video maybe. But this one is going to use, just a standard rail. So that's how we're gonna do it with this. Let's try to see. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm probably not going to be able to let you guys see the reticle, but what I will do is show you a picture. So it has a 3 MOA dot. Then these are, I believe, 33 MOA circles. So you've got 3 choices. You can have just the circle, just the dot, or the dot and the circle, which is pretty cool. It is red. It's not green, but you do have choices there. And yeah, here's what it looks like. All right, good times. So 225 seconds of inactivity, and it goes into power saving mode until it's moved again. Once you move it, it comes right back on. Which, I mean, hey, I don't have to explain how important that is for home defense, something that's sitting on your nightstand in the middle of the night, not to have to pick it up and try to find a button this size while you're half asleep before you can shoot whoever's trying to kill you. Much easier just to be able to go, pow, 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 pew, 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 pew. All right, so anyway, let's see what we got in here. So there's an extra battery. It uses a 1632, so pretty easy battery to get. It's got a couple of Torx key and an Allen key, or screwdriver, Allen key, Torx key. No, it's a Torx key and a double-sided screwdriver. Okay, so for adjusting your windage and elevation. All right, well, I'm going to use my Swamp Fox key because, well, it kind of fits everything typically, and it's already there, and I don't want to open a baggie. So, and it's got this big, nice thingy here. All right. Oh, that looks mean. I like the little angle that it's got to it too. So this is waterproof, fog-proof, shock-proof. So if it does everything it says, it's pretty much a perfect little optic. So yeah, and I definitely like the fact that you can choose between your different dots there. That's pretty neat. All right, so let's see how hard it is to sight the thing in. All right, so I've got the Mercury Rise IntruBuster, and I'm going to go back to the 22-foot mark and see how close we are. Not very. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this baby down. Cut it down 12 clicks. All right. $16 clicks. It's always a good idea to tap after you adjust. Yes, sir. All right, well, that was a pretty easy sighting in session. All right, so I like it. I like it a lot. All right, yeah, it's only 22 foot, but hey, it's, 68 caliber modified paintball pistol. Well, I guess it's pre-modified from the factory, but whatever. Anyway, I dig it.